it's Pen here, and I'm not on the Phoenixcraft server today. I am in fact somewhere very special indeed. I'm currently standing at the spawn location for our 114 map. That's right guys, this is it. I'm standing in the place where we're going to be in just a few short weeks, and I'm really excited about it. Now, as you know, we don't release the seed for Phoenixcraft for various reasons. So what I thought I would do is give you all a little tour of the place. And when I say little tour, I'm actually going to do a full fly out 10,000 blocks from spawn in every direction so that you can see what sort of landscape you have around and maybe find a place that you would like to build. And I'm also going to give you a little tour of spawn. And while I do all this, I'm going to talk to you about some of the ideas and plans that we have for 114, because the mods and I and other people have been working really hard to do some more community things, you know, to keep the community interested, to have a little bit of fun. So I think it's going to be great. I think this is going to be a really interesting season. I'm super hyped for it. So let's do a little fly around. So this is the spawn area around here. It's a nice little beach, but Spawn Town itself is going to be just over here. Now, as you can see, we've got this beautiful big plain land surrounded by birch forest. We've got spruce forest on this side. We've got a glacier over there. Originally, Spawn Town was going to be in this little area surrounded by a river, but Atlanteans quickly realized that we're going to outgrow this so fast. So Spawn has now been moved over here. This entire area, bounded by the rivers and the oceans, is marked out for Spawn Town. So we have plenty of room for shops, for community builds, for all sorts of exciting things. And I'm just going to put a map up on the screen. So this map is something that Atlantis did in February. We've been thinking about this reset for quite some time and planning for a long time as well. And it's going to have a central obelisk, and then the city is going to grow up organically around it. So we are going to eventually fill that entire space. And I have no doubt that's going to happen, because in the 4.5 months that Phoenixcraft has been running, we have some huge builds. So this is going to fill up really, really fast. So other things that we have around spawn, if you whiz over here, this was our original spawn area. I don't know what we're going to do here, but you know, I'm sure we'll find something. You can see we've got a village just a couple of 100 blocks from spawn, not even that. If you haven't seen it, this is what the new spruce villages look like. And they're quite cute. And oh, here's some guys talking. Hello. Oh, look at you in your lederhosen. Yeah. Did you just walk on that fire? You are silly. Oh, and cranky too. Hi. Oh, okay. So this guy's a cartographer. This is what the old nitwit used to be. So this is a nitwit, as in someone who has no profession. And look, he's got little woolies on. They're so cute. Oh my gosh. But one thing we have found, and this is really interesting, is, oh, guys. Look at these cuties. What's he holding? What's he got? No, come back. I want to see what you're eating. What? Oh my gosh, I think it's wheat. He's carrying wheat. Oh, that's so cute. Wow, I wonder if there's a cat. Is there a cat? Let's have a sticky. Hello, kid. Oh, the new village designs are just so much better. Like, this is great. This actually feels like a house. I'm really, really impressed with what Mojang has done for this update, and I cannot wait to play in it. But one thing that has happened is that villages don't always have, you know, those enormous farm areas that would be full of wheat and carrots. Oh, kitty! Kitty! Hello? Hello, kitty. Meow. Get your head out of that block. Oh, it's the Siamese. Okay. All right, look, I need to be less unfocused. I got distracted by the cat. What villages don't have anymore is those enormous farming areas. So this village only has pumpkins in piles. So there are no other vegetables, but other villages have different vegetables and you just have to get lucky with what you get. So yeah, oh, and an iron golem. Hello, dude. There seems to be an iron golem in most villages, which is good. All right. So there's a chest in there. Look. Should we go have a sticky? Yeah, let's go have a sticky. Oh, it's a cartographer's house. Okay, and up here in the chest. Oh, nice. Nice. Wow. That is brilliant. All right, I'm going to stop getting distracted by the village. And now I'm going to take you on a tour in all 8 cardinal directions from spawn. And while you watch the footage that I did, we can talk about the plans for 1.14 season 2 of Phoenixcraft. Here we go. Okay, while you're enjoying this lovely view, let me talk about what we have planned for 1.14 Phoenixcraft season 2. But before I start, I just want to make something clear. If you just want to come onto Phoenixcraft, build your base, build some farms, do your own thing, you absolutely can do that. Everything that I'm about to tell you is optional. It's there for those people who really want to get involved in the community, who want to spend time on larger projects, who want to get involved in group activities. So you don't have to join in if you don't want to, but if this sounds exciting, what I'm about to say, any of it at all, then please do feel free to get involved, get excited about it, because I think we can have a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm going to start with some of the rules that we have in place, because as you know, we have a reasonably large population on the server now, and in 1.14, especially in the first couple of weeks, a lot of people are going to come back on to play and lag is going to be a problem. So we have established a few basic rules for everyone. And those rules are as follows. Firstly, there will be no redstone builds within 300 blocks of spawn. And the reason for that is that the spawn chunks are always loaded. So it's important that we keep lag down in the spawn chunks. And that means no redstone, no large animal farms, nothing that will be constantly producing lag, no large water areas. So things that cause lag are fire, lava, water, soul sand, all that sort of thing. There is also a rule that you can have no more than 50 animals in a mob farm at your base. And that's all mob farms. So it doesn't mean you can have 50 cows plus 50 chickens plus 50 rabbits. I'm looking at you, Oza. It means please be reasonable. Like if you want to breed short-term 50 cows up and then kill them off, that's great. But please don't have a lot of animals hanging around to use up the server resources, because we are getting to the point where we're using a lot of disk space, and I would really appreciate if we could keep that to a minimum, because then we don't have to pay for an upgrade. And if we have to pay for an upgrade, then it might cost to join on the server, and I really don't want that. Okay, that's all the boring stuff out of the way. Let's get on to the fun stuff. So as you know, we recently promoted Oza to a mod, and one of his activities on the server is to run community events. And we recently had a community event on Phoenixcraft, which was the spooky build, which was absolutely so much fun. We had quite a few people getting involved. We built a mansion, we built a spooky inn, there was a church, which I'm not sure got finished, hidden laboratory, all sorts of fun things. So Oza will be in charge of running regular community events and community builds on the server. So keep an eye out for those announcements on the Discord, because there's going to be some fun things coming up. Other things that we have in 1.14, we're going to start guilds. Now, guilds are gatherings of people with similar interests. So the guilds that we have running are Redstone Guild. So if you're interested in redstone, you don't particularly have to be amazing at redstone, but if this is something that you're interested in and you would like to do some big redstone builds or be involved in a big redstone build, talk to Weird William because he's managing that guild. We have the prank guilds, and we're actually putting together some prank rules for 1.14. Now these rules are not meant to restrict your pranking because, as you know, I absolutely love pranks, and pranking, it's one of my favorite things about Phoenixcraft. But we have to remember that this community has a variety of people, and not everyone likes pranks or likes being pranked. So what we're doing is putting rules in place so that if you don't like pranking and you don't want to be pranked, then you can feel safe, you can opt out of pranking completely and go about your business without being interfered with. And one of the rules that has not gone down well, but it's not changing, guys, so just deal with it, is that there will be no pranking at Spawn Town. Absolutely none. So Spawn is a prank-free zone. And there will be further rules involving pranking and the prank guild and registering, but that will come out later. We're still working on those rules. The next guild that we have is the Builders Guild, and this is a guild run by me, and the purpose of this guild is to do really large community builds on the server, and to build things like the guilds, a lot of the information centers, and things like that. And again, you don't have to be amazing at building to join, but if you're interested in building, you like to do big build projects, or you would like to improve your building, message me on Discord and let me know, and you're welcome to join the guild. We have some really amazing builders in there. For example, Von Tom, Possessed Zombie, I can't remember it, there's a list of them. Rhea, oh my gosh, Rhea does some great builds. So if you'd like to join us and come and do some community builds, then let me know because we'd love to have you. We also have the Cinemaniacs Guild, and thank you Blake Aroni for that name, I love it. The Cinemaniacs Guild is of course anyone who's streaming or recording YouTube videos on Phoenixcraft, and that's a guild so that we can get together and do collaborative projects, we can work with each other, we can do some fun things that we'd like to record. So if you're interested in streaming or recording in 1.14, again, message me on Discord and I'll add you to that guild. And finally, we have the Merchants Guild. This guild is run by Oza. He's mentioned, like, he hasn't told me everything about it, but the things that he's mentioned so far sound like a lot of fun. So it's a lot of economy, it's currency, it's price setting, all sorts of things beyond me. I'm not an economics person. But if you're interested in buying and selling, in making money on the server, then I think you need to talk to Oza about the Merchants Guild and how you can get involved. Now, the next exciting thing that we have going on in 1.14, and this is my project and I'm really, really interested in it, is cities. So as you know, in the current season of Phoenixcraft, we have 3 cities. We have Endport, we have Sabnock, and we have Spawn Town. And having cities where people get involved and build things like shops and other buildings and industry in those cities has been really fun. So I want to expand that in the next season of Phoenixcraft. So what is a city? To be considered a city, a build must have multiple builders, it must have a shopping district, it must have a town hall information centre, and it must have a city attraction. So for example, it might have a casino or a museum or an art gallery. It might have one of the guild buildings in it, or a zoo or a theme park. So anything like this makes a build into a city. And what it means to be the owner of the city, well, for one thing, you get kudos, you know, you own a city. So that's a big thing. You also have the chance to charge taxes on people who build shops in your city. Which means, of course, that you'd want to encourage people to come and shop at your city. So it's not a formal thing. There's no plugins added. There's nothing like that. It's just a fun community thing that we're going to introduce in 1.14. Moving on from cities, let's talk about PvP. There are a lot of people on the server who really enjoy PvP. We've got a PvP arena at Sabnock, and we recently had the prank war, which was hideous amounts of fun. It was great. So in 1.14, we want to expand that, and we're going to be building a dedicated PvP area, which if you enter that area, you are automatically considered to be able to be PvP'd. It will have a central castle and 4 forts around that castle that people can occupy, and we can organize events there. So you can have PvP events as often as you like, and the infrastructure is all there and ready to go. We're also going to be building a gaming district. So if you like building mini games like ice road things, and I can't even think, I'm not a minigame person, but I know some people do like to build mini games. If you want to build a roller coaster or something, you can go to the gaming district and you can build a small mini game for everyone to enjoy. And yes, you can charge entry fee if you so desire. And finally, we're going to introduce something called Anarchy Island. This will be an island off in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by ocean, where you can go and you can do whatever you want. If you want to blow your way down to bedrock, that's fine. If you want to build a griefing machine, that's fine. You can do anything you want within the confines of that island. And that's because, you know, sometimes we just want to get on and have a bit of fun without any rules or regulations. And Phoenixcraft does have a reasonable number of rules and regulations. And this is so that everyone can come onto the server, play the game without having to worry about griefing, about having their stuff stolen. You can build your base without worrying that you're going to come back the next day and find half of it blown up. So while I understand that you like to have the freedom, sometimes we have to consider the rest of the community, and I especially have to consider the whole community, not just the people who like to prank and the people who like to PvP, but everyone. So that's what we have outlined for 1.14. I hope this sounds exciting. I hope this is something that you think, oh, I'm going to get involved in that. But as I said at the beginning, even if you're not interested in any of that, even if you just want to come in and build your base and do your own thing, you are absolutely welcome to. And I hope that you have the best time regardless of what you decide to do. I'm going to put some music on for the rest of this video so that you can watch the tour of the world. I hope that you have enjoyed what I've said, and if you have any comments, questions or suggestions, drop me a line in the Discord. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks very much for listening. This is Pen out. Bye.